Hey travel friends, today we're going to be talking about the must-eats in Florence, Italy.
And we'll give you our honest thoughts about these must-eats.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with what I think is hands down the top thing that you must eat in Florence, and that's going to be the Florentine steak.
So this is also called the bistecca alla Florentina, well, essentially Florentine steak. It's definitely a must-eat. It's probably going to be the most expensive food item that you're going to get while you're in Florence. The reason why the steak is special is one, it's large and it's great and delicious, but it's from a special breed of cow called Cannina, which is known for being extremely flavorful, but it's also extremely hard to get it outside of Florence or outside of Italy. Going to Florence, this is your opportunity to try to eat that if you're into steaks and trying these things.
And you only need one. You can split one steak between two people.
The one thing you should know though is that the steak is traditionally cooked rare. The outsides are grilled, but because the steak is so thick, the inside is rare. And yeah.
It melts in your mouth. It is so good.
Okay, so for this eat, I give it a thumbs up.
Double thumbs.
All right. Next food item.
Yeah, that's going to be the Italian sandwich.
There's actually a very famous sandwich place in Florence that people will say if you've been to Florence and didn't eat there, you truly haven't gone to Florence. Okay, the reason why you should get a sandwich while you're in Florence is that the sandwiches there are made from schiacciata bread, which is it's very unique and local to Florence, and it's very hard to get at other places in the world. Think about it as sort of a denser and harder type of focaccia. I was not a fan. I was not a fan of this. I did not think schiacciata was that good. And if you're a big fan of focaccia, which is delicious, you're gonna not like schiacciata so much.
As a non-foodie, it was fine. It didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
It filled me up, but if you want to do it for the experience, you should.
Yeah.
And you can just split a sandwich.
It really is fine. I think that in my head, it was overhyped. I felt like a lot of YouTubers thought this was like the greatest sandwich ever, and it was not even close. So I think a lot of people overhyped this sandwich, but if you go in just expecting a sandwich of mediocre goodness, you'll be fine.
We're now going to switch to another sandwich called the Lamperdado. Now that is something that Jimmy is all about.
Right. So the Lamperdado is a very traditional working man's food, and this is a sandwich of cow stomach.
Otherwise known as tripe.
Right. It's known as tripe in other cultures. And they take the cow stomach, they clean it really, really well, and they sort of slow cook it in a broth with spices. I really like it. The tripe was really, really soft. And, if you just were blindfolded and someone gave you the sandwich, you really wouldn't even know that was what you were eating. You would just be, tasting a very good bread and a very flavorful filling.
Yeah, I didn't find out what it was until after. With a lot of the food that Jimmy feeds me, and it was good. There's two different ways you can get it. We're not sure if this is exactly how it's called, but you can get it the white, which is basically the tripe is just cooked within a broth, or you can get it red, where it's a tomato based. One of the easiest places that we found it was at Mercato de Central, or the Central Market, which most likely if you're spending a day or two in Florence, you'll wander through. So highly recommend just grabbing it there.
So as a sort of like a non-foodie, would you give that sandwich a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I give it a thumbs up. I think it's both an experience, but it's also a tasty experience, so it's worth it. I probably wouldn't be able to eat the whole sandwich, so again, I recommend splitting. It's a big sandwich.
I can easily gobble down two. As a foodie and like a hunter of like unique foods and food experiences, I give it like a double thumbs up. Love it. All right.
All right. So moving on, the next three things are just general Italy.
Right.
So we're going to start off just with pasta. What do we want to say about pasta?
Pasta in Italy is good. That's about, I think that's the summary. There's really no pasta that's unique to Florence that we know of. If we're wrong or you guys know otherwise, definitely leave a comment below to educate us.
Yeah.
But pasta in Italy, super, super good. The pasta there is very, very al dente, and it's just a very unique experience than the pastas that we get here in the U.S. Even at fancy Italian restaurants, they're
It's
yeah,
not the
it's
same.
not the
It's
same.
not the same.
It's generally more simple than the pastas that you can get in the US. Usually just, one or two ingredients in the pasta in addition to the pasta and the oil and the cheese. There's usually just one or two vegetables or something. It's also very, very cheap. If you go to pasta places or Italian places in the US, generally you're paying, $15 plus or something for, well, I would say very hefty sized pasta dish. But in Italy, it's very affordable.
So both thumbs up. Next is pizza. I think what was great about pizza in Florence was there was a lot of different types of pizza available to us.
Yeah, there's actually a few types of pizzas for people who are not familiar. In the US, when you think about Italian style pizza, you think about Neapolitan, but there's lots of different types of Italian pizza. Just how in the US, we have Chicago style, we have New York style, Detroit style, there's a few other you know less common styles out there. It's the same thing in Italy. There's not a pizza style that's unique to Florence, but there's a good variety of pizza places that offer a variety of pizza styles that are, I guess, more local to other areas of Italy. So pizza there, very good. I don't think that the pizza there absolutely like blows your mind or change your world if you're from like a big city or a city that offers a lot of good pizza options. It's very good. Yeah, definitely very good, but not mind blowing.
Jimmy's really into pizza.
Yeah.
So, as a non foodie that just loves pizza, I will say there were a couple places we went where it was delicious, specifically one spot that did focaccia bread for their pizza and served it in kind of little squares. And it was really unique with regards to the cheese. We had fig and honey, all these different kinds. So, if you're around Florence, look up a few different spots, but try all the different types of pizza there. Again, double thumbs up for me.
Yeah. The square pizzas, I think that's called like a Roman style pizza, and that's actually one of the styles of pizzas that are not that common where we are in the U.S. And the way it is served is that the pizzas they come out in sort of like long sheets, and you tell the server, how big of a piece you want, and then they cut it up, and then they weigh that piece, and you pay by the weight of the pizza. That is, I think, catching on here in the US, but definitely not that common. So if you get a chance to eat some of that type of pizza, during your travels in Italy, especially in Florence, definitely jump on it because the smaller sizes, you can try a variety, and usually the pizzas are very creative.
Yeah. All right. So, double thumbs up on pizza.
Well, I'll just put a single thumbs up.
Of course you will.
But I love pizza. Pizza in itself gets like 5 thumbs up for me. Pizza in Florence gets a thumbs up.
Okay. And then last but not least, desserts. We're going to kind of loop two things into one, right?
Okay,
So, cannolis and gelato.
Gelato in Europe is good. Gelato in Italy is more good.
It's remarkable. There is
good.
something in the water or
There is something to be said about the gelato being very good, but there's also something to be said about eating gelato as you're wandering these like very charming streets. Yeah, just like looking at the sights, watching the people. It's a very good experience. The atmosphere really, really plays a part on how good the gelato is.
Jimmy had about 3 gelatos a day.
Yeah, we had a lot of gelato.
Always pistachio.
That was my favorite
That
flavor.
was his favorite flavor. And then cannolis.
What do you think about the cannoli?
I thought the cannoli was good. We went to a spot that was known for cannolis and we split one. It was good. I've never been an extreme cannoli fan.
Right. See, that's what I feel too. I'm not a cannoli fan either, and I I can't say that a cannoli over there changed my world. It was very good, but I would say I'm still not a big cannoli fan.
I think you should definitely still get one or two cannolis while you're there. Try them out. They're made differently by different bakeries, but like you're in the home of the cannoli. You
Right,
have to
right, right.
have a cannoli.
It's much easier to find a good cannoli, and I think the
Mm-hmm.
ones that we had were good
Mm-hmm.
for cannolis, but it just wasn't, it didn't blow my mind. So I would, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our honest review of the popular eats of Italy. Let us know your thoughts below, and happy eats.
All right. Bye, guys.